Hello, everybody. This is Joseph P. Farrell. It is Thursday, December 22nd. This will be our last news and views of the Nefarium in our first year of the revised website. Our very last news and views from the Nefarium before Christmas. So I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you this year who have given your prayers, your support, your donations, your memberships, your questions. It has been a very good year, and I hope for all of you as well. But I do want to thank you because you've made it possible for me to make some plans, some big plans to expand the way I'm writing and getting things out to you. And I'll be talking a little bit more in this news and views in just a few minutes. Anyway, I want to wish everybody a Feliz Navidad or Joyeux Noel or Fröhliche Weihnachten, as the case may be. And then next week, of course, I'll have to do this all over and wish everybody a Happy New Year. But it's really been a fun year for me. It's been a busy year keeping up with the website. We're still not to the point where it is self-sustaining to take down that donation button, but we are getting close, I will say that. If I can get a few more memberships, then that donation button comes down. But anyway, I had a number of announcements too that are very important that I wanted to put into this particular news and views because my co-author, Dr. Scott DeHart, on Grid of the Gods, and then on the book that we just finished and sent off to Farrell House, has, I want to congratulate you, Scott, for landing his very first single sole author book contract with Farrell House. It will be, I'm privileged to know what the subject matter is, I'm not going to say, but it will be an academic work, but at the same time it's going to be a work that will set the academic world and perhaps quite a bit of the alternative world back back on its ear. So anyway, my hat's off to you, my friend Scott. Congratulations, you deserve it, man. And no one else can do this book but you. That's all I can say. No one else is smart enough to do this book, Matt. But anyway, the other bit of news that I want to mention, and as you can tell, I'm kind of laid back today with this news and views because I've been very busy completing my part of a joint project that Scott and I have been working on. It is our very first ebook. We have founded a company, and the company is called Prometheus Press. It's Periprometheus Press Incorporated. And that is going to be our personal ebook publishing. Now, I want to alert everybody, we are finishing up the very first book. We're hoping to have it out early next year. I'm not going to give out the title yet. We're still working with the artist on the cover, but we're hoping to have that out at the beginning of next year. A lot of you have sent me emails asking if those books will also be available in a hard copy form, and I want to assure everybody that we are planning to have these books available as print-on-demand books through Amazon with Lulu. So you'll have the option of either purchasing an actual book or purchasing an ebook for Kindle. This is the way that the publishing industry is going, and we're going to test the waters and see how it goes. We have already, Scott and I have already thought of our sequel. Rather, he thought he thought of the sequel, not me. But the sequel is we're going to try and have that out, I hope, between April and June of next year. So we've got a couple ebooks planned to launch off this ebook publishing venture of ours, and if that goes well, then again, the same thing, the donation button comes down off of my website. So that's what's going on with the Nefarium. and the business thereof. And we are still, incidentally, a couple more announcements. I am looking into doing some conferences, video conferences, with some friends of mine in the alternative research field. I'll keep you abreast of those plans once I'm aware of if the specifics are working out. And then finally, on our own individual website video conference, I'm still planning to go ahead with that. With everything going on with the problems of testing technology, that's lagged obviously from where I wanted to be at this time. But I've got a lot of balls in the air. I've got the ebooks that we're planning to do. I've got my normal books, which I'm still researching, the website, and so on and so forth. Tomorrow, the final announcement is we are having our last vid chat of the year 2011. I've been feeling a little under the weather, folks, so please check tomorrow on Facebook to make sure that that we're going ahead with that. I am still planning to. I've had a lot of you email me some really some really good questions. You guys want to go out with a bang. Anyway, today I thought I would just briefly comment on a couple of news items. And the first really isn't even a news item. It's a quotation from our dear friend Zbigniew Brzezinski, whatever that guy's name is that has no vowels. You know him. He looks kind of like a shriveled up parrot. He's one of the lapdogs and sock puppets for the Rockefeller interest. Used to be national security or national insecurity advisor during the Carter administration. Anyway, this is what old Zbigniew is quoted as saying, and I just had to share this quotation with everybody because this is a real pip. He says, quote, "For the first time in human history, almost all of humanity is politically activated, politically conscious, and politically interactive. The resulting global political activism is generating a surge in the quest for personal dignity, cultural respect, and economic opportunity." Now, here's the fun part. The major world powers, new and old, also face a novel reality. While the lethality of their military might be greater than ever, their capacity to impose control over the politically awakened masses of the world is at a historic low. To put it bluntly, in earlier times it was easier to control 1 million people than to physically kill 1 million people. Today, it is infinitely easier to kill 1 million people than to control 1 million people, unquote. So I thought I'd share that warm and generous spirit of Christmas that is coming from our dear friend Zbigniew Brzezinski, uh, and hope that enlightens hope that enlightens your Christmas. Anyway, the other big news item that happened this last week was that the Securities and Exchange Commission has indicted ex-Fannie and Freddie executives with fraud, and this is very interesting because it's the indictment of Richard Siren and David Munn, Fannie CEO and Freddie Mac CEO, David Munn and Richard Siren. So it looks like maybe slowly but surely some of these banksters and rip-off artists are going to be prosecuted, but I'll tell you what, we are still at that point dealing with what are, in my opinion, the small fry. When we get to the point where, as you probably have read in my blogs, you have executives of certain financial and brokerage houses allegedly threatening executives of other financial and brokerage houses literally with death unless they rob customer accounts, then these people need to be prosecuted. And it's going to be slow, but let's hope that everything forges ahead. Anyway, I know that was more announcements than news this week, but I hope the announcements bring you some Christmas cheer. I didn't want to spend too much time on bad news, it being the holiday season. And I want to wish everybody, all of you and your dear ones, a very Merry Christmas and my best wishes for a Happy New Year. And I'll see you next week on the flip side, folks. God bless.